As you think about things to thank God for, I would guess things like God's mercy, God's grace, God's love, God's care, God's guidance, God's plan, all those things come into play in your mind. But the imprecatory Psalms are different. In the imprecatory Psalms, the psalmist usually has some sort of a lament for some tragedy or struggle or challenge which is in front of the Israelites. Oftentimes it's that an enemy nation has come and attacked them, or that Jerusalem's in trouble, etc. And then the psalm writer goes on to ask God to pour out vengeance and anger and wrath upon those enemies of God. Look at verse 2, the second part of verse 2. Pour out your wrath on the nations that do not acknowledge you. Whoa. That doesn't sound like what we would normally think about when we think about God. Nor does it particularly strike us as something to give thanks for. Am I right? Lots of times people get bothered by the imprecatory Psalms. But here's why the imprecatory Psalms are so important for us. The imprecatory Psalms remind us of what's at stake. It is not okay to be an enemy of God. If you remain an enemy of God, you will go to hell. And God's wrath will be poured out upon you forever and ever. That's not okay. And if a person on this side of eternity is in that position, part of our praying the imprecatory Psalms is to say, Lord, please wake them up so they don't experience what we're praying for. And B, Lord, help me to be reminded of what's at stake. Because there's so much in this life that gets in my way of spiritual stuff. Amen? There's so much stuff that pulls my attention this way and that way and this way and that way. Marquette lost by 3, by the way. Yeah, I know. We just get pulled and pushed and dragged. And what do? We lose sight of what is most important. Our eternity, our relationship with God. And so we thank God for the imprecatory Psalms, that they cause us to sit up and take notice and to say, Lord, keep me mindful of what the stakes are. Keep me mindful that you've rescued me from your wrath. Keep me mindful of what is most important. And being reminded of that is an amazing reason to give thanks. Amen?